Hi, I'm Bob Ooten. I'm 84 years old. I do a lot of stand-up comedy with millennials, and that can be kind of intimidating. It really shouldn't be for me, because I remember I have something they'll never have. And when I remember what it is, I'll tell you. Millennials do stand-up comedy for exposure. I do stand-up comedy as proof of life. You know, at my age, my goals are family, fun, and fiber. You know, I like a strong evening drink like James Bond. I can take mine shaken or stirred. My strong evening drink is not a martini. My strong evening drink is Metamucil. You know, I'm a politician, and I walk the precincts when it's time for me to be elected. And I run into people, and one thing that I've heard several times is, "You look just like a relative of mine," that I don't like. You know, I do look like Sully, that amazing pilot that landed his plane in the Hudson River. He really stuck that landing. I can do that too. I tried to do mine though in a Pontiac. I also look like Ned Flanders. That TV star. I'm walking up the street in Burbank, just outside the show here, and about the time the Sully movie came out, and a young man pulled his car over, rolled down his window, and said, "Hey, I'm going to go see your movie." I said, "Hi, diddly ho, neighborino." I did stick that landing. The politicians in Costa Mesa put me on a committee to study women's safety issues in the community. And we all got to make our input. And my input was it'd be safer for everybody in the community if women didn't have to parallel park. And the committee members went away, and they evaluated what each of us had said, and came back, and they decided what they would keep and what they would eliminate. First thing they decided to eliminate from the committee was me. I'm a no party preference candidate, politician, and because I'm not rich enough to be a Republican, and I don't have the energy for a Democrat's sex life. I won my last election by a landslide. I got 68.8% of the vote. And the local paper printed the results of the election, and they printed me as the winner. My name was Boob Ooten. So I knew the editor of the newspaper, and I called him and said, "John, I'm not a boob." He said, "We're sticking with our story." Let's see, I said, "John, I'm not a boob, I'm more of an ass fan." As a politician, I have to take sexual harassment training in California every 2 years. And for the life of me, I can't figure out why we have to do it, because most of us are already so good at it. My wife and I have been married for 60 years. And, you know, we're at a point where we need to begin to talk about what should happen when one of us passes away. And my wife's first wish was that if she should die first, she wants me to remarry, because I don't believe she thinks that I've suffered enough. And now I remember what I have that millennials will never have: a pension. Thank you very much. I'm Bob Ooten.